I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Attitude like fuck it right now. Cause I just got through. Hold on. Let me vent real quick, y'all. Hold on, let me get all this out the way real quick. So I can just focus on the topic at hand. Okay. So if y'all can see the title, y'all already know. We reacting to Business Atlas. Shout out to Business Atlas. One half of Internet City. If you do pay attention to my funny reaction videos, 9 times out of 10 you heard me pay my dues and give my respect because these dudes they influenced me to make those videos. So my boy Aaron, who's half of Internet City, also have a business channel. Let me go ahead like that. Has a business channel, right? So I pretty much already just did a reaction to his business channel. Go check out his content if you haven't. The one I did a reaction to was pretty much 7 passive incomes for to get like $1,000. I did that. Apparently, either I didn't record it or my file corrupt or whatever, but fuck it, we here. Yeah. So pretty much my that's like my experience with Business Atlas. Business Atlas is Aaron, who's half of Internet City. So I can see I name up here, Internet City. Shout out to Internet City. And his other channel, Business Atlas, his solo channel, he talks about business. He discusses all kinds of business topics, different ways to educate you on all kinds of business shit. He's an entrepreneur. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. Let's get to the video, man. So I can get this out the way. I thought I was finished recording. I ain't gonna lie to you. I clocked out. I really clocked out. I really
Have you
clocked
ever wanted
out
to get into real
mentally.
estate, but you didn't have the money to actually buy a house? Well, stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get into real estate with zero of your own money. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Business Atlas, and on this channel, I teach you the tips, tricks, and everything
hold on. I'm
in
sorry,
between.
Aaron. Before we get into it, obviously y'all can see I'm in a different atmosphere compared to my first 2 videos. It was raining. Water was getting all over my laptop, which was starting to click everywhere. I was like, nah, can't have that. So I came in. Now we here. After I recorded a spiritual reaction video, that didn't work. I ain't even hold on, y'all. Y'all can tell I clocked out. Before we even get deep into this reaction video, make sure y'all like I did. Make sure y'all share this video. Go ahead and subscribe for your boy. I'm so committed to making sure y'all get some content that I'm doing this shit right back. I'm running this shit back, y'all. I'm running this shit back. Even though I clocked out. As y'all see, I put the headphones and everything. I just press record. So unprofessional. Make sure y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Fuck, man. Y'all don't understand how frustrating it is when you record content. You have the content ready to go, but either the file corrupts or you didn't record. That shit is annoying. But yeah, make sure y'all comment down below y'all thoughts on the video. Give me suggestions on other spiritual videos / business. Anything that can help us grow as beings, raise our level of consciousness. Let's get into it, man. Don't procrastinate. Y'all can see I'm comfortable, fam. I'm not even sitting how I usually sit. I'm over here just big chill. I clocked out.
To become a lifestyle investor. On this channel, I teach you from everything from real estate to cryptocurrency and even more, and little things about starting your own business. If you're new, consider liking and, of course, subscribing. But liking is kind of more important.
Come on now. Y'all heard it. I don't have to explain it. He explained it for me. He's a bigger channel, so he understands it more. But yeah, go ahead, like this video, man. Like this reaction video. And if you make sure you go check his content out and like bro's content too, man. It'll be in the description. Best believe that link is always in the description, just in case y'all didn't know. I do put the link in the description to the videos and my IG and my Twitter and my Facebook and my vlog channel, just go check it out.
But today, like I said earlier, we're talking about how you can get into real estate with $0. Now I know you see all these seminars and all these things on how you can buy a house with $1,000, how you can get into a house with $0 and all this. This is no fluff, no puff, no BS.
So real deal Holyfield.
Hardcore facts. This isn't something I created. This is a known strategy that has been around for years. People have been doing it for years. The business I'm talking about is actually called real estate wholesaling. Basically, you become a real estate investor. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to get a license. You don't have to do anything in between. And it's essentially you just learn the tips and trades of the industry to become a buyer.
Okay. So I'm assuming pretty much you just surround yourself. Once you get into the world, you start to become active, and to the point where you start to surround yourself around people who's professionals at this, and then that's where you pretty much get the knowledge of the trade, and then you start to grow from there. As far as getting the knowledge of how to do it.
Now, how it works, you essentially find a house. The house is either in disarray, needs repair, it's a distressed property. Overgrown grass, tarps on the roof. It looks bad. And not in all incidences you're going to find houses like that, but that's a house you know for sure is a house you can move. Now, essentially, you find that house, you talk to the owner, you tell them, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm a real estate investor. I like your house. I would like to buy it. And they're like, okay, well, can you buy it for this much? And essentially, you tell them no. Basically, no what it boils down to, you buy the house as little as possible within a given formula. And the formula is basically 70% of the retail value of the house minus what you would like to make on the deal. And that's the number you would give them. Now, 9 times out of 10, some of these houses are they're in horrible shape. So you can get them for $5,000, $10,000. And then that's when you make your bread and butter. But essentially, you find a house, you get it under contract at a lower price, and then you go out and market the house. You market it to actual real estate investors. Even though you are an investor, you market it to investors with money, with liquid capital, or can get the funds to fully fund the deal.
Yeah, so pretty much you advertise and you go out looking for investors to back you up on it, to support you financially, and invest in it. Okay. So far, so good.
You get the money, you find the house, you say, hey, you find the people with the money, you say, hey, I have this house under contract. I'm looking to assign it. Basically, an assignment, you're basically selling, I'm willing to sell my rights in the contract of the purchase of this property for said amount. So say, for example, you have the house for $20,000. You tell them, hey, I have a house I want to sign over to you for $40,000. If the numbers allow it, they'll sign off the contract. You just made $20,000. You just flipped the house. You literally flipped the contract to buy the house. Literally, it costs you nothing to do so. The end buyer you then bring everything to a title company. The title company handles all the paperwork. The end buyer goes and pays the price that you have on the contract, and how it's divvied out is hey, I'm paying $40,000 for this property. Now they go back and look at the paperwork, and it says, hey, I bought this house for $20,000. So what the title company then does is, what he has to be doing is getting an assignment fee in the middle for $20,000. So they then write up a check for you for $20,000. The owner gets their money, you get their money, your money, and the buyer gets a house. And it's as simple as that. There's a lot more rhetoric that does go into it, but that's essentially how you get into real estate without a dime. Now, when I got into it, the reason I got into it, if you saw some of my previous videos, I wanted to get into a business where I could make a lot of money that didn't cost me anything to get in the business.
Gotcha.
I ran across real estate wholesaling from a lot of videos. I ran across a guy named Max Maxwell, Devin Knupp, even a few more people.
Go check them out, man. Go check them out. If this is something y'all are genuinely interested in learning, go check them out, man. He probably just put y'all on game, you know. Well, he's putting you on game, but go check it out. And Aaron, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not doing you justice, your videos justice, because it's like I truly wanted to get that 7 or 6 passive income video out because I was fully engaged in it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. But let's continue the video. You know
I watched several channels talk about real estate wholesaling.
I want to eat.
Now, what I wanted to initially, I wanted to get into real estate from the tax auctions. Every state holds a tax auction. I'm in Texas. Texas, we're a tax deed state where you pay X amount, you actually get the deed of the house. Now there's a 6 months grace period, so the owner has up to 6 months to pay what you paid at auction for the house. Plus, I think it's about 5 to 6% of what you made. So even if you buy the house for $1,000, they have to come and pay you, what's that, $60 just to buy an additional $60 on what you paid to buy it back from you. Minus if you do work on the house, they'd have to pay for that as well. But that's a video for another day. That's how I originally wanted to get into real estate, by buying tax properties. However, what I grew to learn in Texas, if you buy a house from the tax delinquency sale, that's essentially what it is. Say you buy a house for $5,000. In some cases, you get the house for $5,000, but then you also have to pay the back taxes. Now, that's not always the case, but in some incidences, that is. And there's always these little, weird, quirky, all these different things that go into it. And we're not going to get into it, but that was my initial way of getting into it. After watching hours upon hours of video, asking questions, joining Facebook groups, different things like that to learn the business. I was like, well, this is something I can do. And what I started doing, the money I had saved up from delivery driving, I started pouring that money into making this business a successful business. So I started paying for lists. That's how you get houses that are essentially, it's a list of houses you can buy, basically. Once you get the list, you then call the owner, see if they're interested in selling, and you go from there. After about 3 months of doing the business hardcore, I got my first contract. Right after I got my first contract, the next week I got my second.
Okay, so
right after that, I got my third contract. And right after that, I even got my fourth contract. Wasn't necessarily an assignment contract, but a finder's fee contract. If I find an end buyer, I would get a fee for finding an end buyer. Essentially, a wholesale contract without me being in the middle. So there's different things like that. That's how I got into real estate wholesale. Now, in this business, you can get into it with $0. You don't have to pay a dime to get into the business. Me, I tried to cheat the system. I paid for lists. I poured hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of dollars in lists when I wasn't at that position yet to buy lists. Mm-hmm. And the one thing about real estate wholesaling, and I want to make sure you understand this, a lot of people glorify it, that it's easy and it's sweet, and it's really it's a work. Good business, and it's a lot of benefits and a lot of money. But anything worth having isn't easy. Yeah. It takes work, it takes dedication, and it takes time. Mm-hmm. And it literally, like I said, it took me 3 months before I could even get my first deal. Yeah. Now there are those people that
3 months, especially when you're doing something that's not regulated by a boss or somebody hovering over you. For you to finally start to get clientele after 3 months, for one, that showcase your hard work and how much time and dedication you put into it, and it was just the fruits of your labor, man. Yeah, let's continue.
Go out and they get their first deal immediately, $20,000 deal. They get it in like a week of them looking at videos. Me, I didn't have the luck of the Irish. It didn't happen like that for me. I busted my butt for 3 months, and I finally got one. And then I ended up with 4. I had a 4 for 4. I couldn't complain. I was in a great position. And that's essentially what real estate wholesaling is. You find a contract. You then sell the contract to a buyer, an end buyer, and then you...
Hopefully ain't no ass and titties. All right, it's a package. That's it? You good? No more? All right, cool.
You get paid for essentially finding a house at a discounted price. Now, the business, actually in this current day and time in the market, it is a competitive market. There are a lot of people doing it. However, that is not a bad thing. In real estate, people say there's about a 90% fail rate. Most people get into real estate wholesaling, they go about 2-3 months, 6 months, and they stop.
See no.
So when I first got into it, benefits. I started noticing the "We Buy Houses" signs everywhere, and that's what those signs are. They're for real estate investors. And when I started noticing these signs, seeing these signs, I'm seeing them everywhere. But what I started to notice, as the signs I saw, they started disappearing. As they started disappearing, I started seeing new ones. As those came out, those started disappearing.
Recycle.
This is not a business for people who don't have tough skin, because you're going to call people, they're going to cuss you out, they're going to say, take my number off your list, never call me again. That's the reality of the situation. However, if you persevere and you push through, you can make a lot of money. There's people in this business that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And real estate wholesale can open up the door until opens up into several things. Like for me, example, with real estate wholesale, the funds I use, I then use that money that I make off of a deal and I invest it into cryptocurrency, and I do day trading.
Let me get into that real quick. Let me jump in this pool real quick. Which, yeah. So basically, what he's saying is pretty much rest in peace, King Nip. King Nip had discussed this. Is when you have, say, you have this source of income that's very wealthy, but you start to branch off and do other things. So whenever that primary source of income dries off, you now have branches, and you do that. You do that with every branch of income you have. You start to branch out from that, and it's like a tree. It's like a tree, just branching off everywhere, and you have different sources of income. So I got you on that one.
So I'll day trade cryptocurrency on 1% interest. So say for example, on one deal I close 50 grand as my profit. Then I would take that 50 grand and buy 50 grand worth of Bitcoin or 50 grand worth of Ethereum or some cryptocurrency, wait for it to go up 1% in value, and then I sell it immediately. Right then and there, I just made $500. So different things like that, when you understand how things necessarily work and how business works, you can find yourself in a very, very, very well situation. Like real estate wholesale to me is a means to an end. There are people who do this religiously and plan to keep doing this, but it's a bridge to get further and further into real estate as well as other businesses.
That's like a gateway.
So you can get into real estate wholesale, you do it for about 6 months, and then you get into buy and hold investing, fix and flip, leasehold, different things like that. And then after everything is said and done, you got into a business just for a quick buck. Now look at you, sitting on a couple $1 million. Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
If it was me, I suggest you try it. On this channel, I'm going to be talking about it a lot more, signing your first contract. I got my first deal, different things like that. A whole shebang and a whole flurry of how everything works.
He's going to break down his road to it, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to learn from his road. But let me see if he has
a full breakdown of my first 3 months. But stay tuned. If real estate was something you ever thought about getting into, or if you're even in real estate wholesale, leave a comment below. We'll go from there. Remember, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's build the strongest family on YouTube. Catch you later.
Yes, sir. Will do, man. So there y'all have it. Y'all have my boy Aaron, Business Atlas, man. Bro, like I was saying in my last video that I tried to record on your passive income, your mind is sharp, bro. Your mind is sharp. That's very evident. And you have the mind of a person that I would genuinely want to surround myself with, because I can tell you know what the fuck you want. You have a vision, and you making sure that you want it. As far as real estate goes, for me, it is something that I have always thought about getting into. That, and of course stocks and whatnot. But as of right now, I don't know. I feel like my plate is kind of full. We're trying to get so much things situated, especially with my own business that I'm trying to get situated. I do feel like I have my plate full right now. But as far as real estate and trying what you proposed, I can definitely see myself trying it, bro. But keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. Even though your personal channel, from what I see, doesn't get the same traffic as your reaction videos, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Because this is you making content with this that can literally change people's lives for the better. Of course, are you doing it? You're leading them to the water, but just the fact that you're leading them to the water is more than enough that anybody can ask for. So keep doing your thing, bro. Shout out to your boy Mikey. I don't know if Internet Mikey has any content besides the reaction video. If he does, somebody plug me in so I can check that out and I can potentially react to it, depending on what it is, if it fits what my reaction channel is. But yeah, bro, I really hate that I couldn't put out the passive income video, because I don't know, I got like an energy that's kind of defeated, so it's not like how it was initially. And I can't fake a reaction, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't fake no reaction. I can't get up here and fake like I got high energy. Like, nah, I clocked out. I clocked out once I got that out the way. I'm, as y'all see, eating crackers and shit. I clocked out, y'all, but I still got to make sure I show some support and I'm able to show my appreciation. Cause like I said before, y'all guys helped in me developing this channel. So yeah, man, much appreciated. I hope y'all enjoyed these reaction videos, these trifectas. We had to switch it up a little bit, but we made sure we get it out the way because we consistency. That being said, I hope you learn from. Oh, hold on, hold on, what I'm doing, man? See, my whole equilibrium is thrown off. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification just so y'all know when the next video coming out. Comment down below, and yeah. Peace, love, positivity, man. I hope y'all out here doing y'all thing. I appreciate all the love, support that we getting, the growth, the obvious growth, man. It's only up. It's only uphill, man. It's only uphill. We out. Peace.